or actually before the stream, not this morning. Time is not linear, but it was basically I was like, oh, I have this one like. I used to have a lot more spiders in this apartment, and I feel like they lost the battle against the other bugs because I don't see the spiders anymore. And I was like, no, I needed you when I needed you the most. Where were you, spiders?
They ate all the other bugs and then left.
And then like starved, left. I don't know. So they left cobwebs behind and a couple of husks, and so there's one in the corner of my bedroom that every time I sit down to record this stream, I'm like, God damn! Oh, okay, it's not a centipede. It's just a web. So I was like, I'm gonna take care of this. So I took the broom and I was like, ooh, all these corners kind of need dusting. So I started dusting my ceiling with a broom, and I feel like I've adulted today.
Like a Miyazaki character.
Oh yeah, did you put like a bandana around your head and?
I did not do that this time, but I was wearing a half cobbled real clothes and pajama clothes outfit like you do.
That'll do it.
Hi, James. Welcome to.
I was gonna say good
welcome
morning,
to Stephanie
Jams.
and Sophie from Howl's Moving Castle.
Was there upbeat violin music playing?
Sometimes there is country guitar upstairs playing, but not this time. I was listening to a podcast Michelle told me about today that I'm enjoying immensely.
Are we doing? Is it podcast recommendation time? Because that's my whole life.
Beach Too Sandy, Water Too Wet is so good.
It's Beach Too Sandy, Water Too Wet is a podcast where they make fun of bad Yelp reviews, basically.
So they like come up with a theme and then a challenge because they're sibling, and so like they challenge each other to find a review on a specific topic, like somebody who's reviewing toothpaste and swallows it, like
yeah.
And then they read it very dramatically with music behind it, and I was like, this is gonna get old fast, but no, it just keeps being a good time.
It doesn't get old.
That sounds great, and I'm going to listen to it.
It is a very it's my desperation for a chill time at all times. It is a very it's a very chill time, except for it's still talking about the assholes who leave bad reviews. So it's like slightly not chill, but it's done in a chill way.
That's fair. I get it.
Hi RD, we're talking about the podcast Beach Too Sandy, Water Too Wet.
I
recently listened.
Welcome to the stream. I think that the people who do it are independently famous, but I don't know them, which is the best kind. The best kind of people who are famous and I don't know. Like,
yeah, it's nice. It's also like nice that they have like crisp audio.
Yeah, I think she runs a true crime podcast somewhere.
That would make sense from the hints that they were dropping. Although it sounds like she is a podcast groupie.
Oh, I thought that was a joke. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think so. Hey Jabs, I forget how late it is or early. You're a trooper. I can't believe you do this every Friday. It's 1 a.m.
come every Friday, and it's like 2 a.m. for them. So
yeah.
Oh wow.
It's amazing.
It is amazing. But I'm gonna do more adult things tomorrow, like scrub my bathtub. Hot weekend plans with Stephanie.
You're just being a Miyazaki character. Jams, go play D&D. We're gonna go play D&D next weekend.
Yeah.
You should play D&D.
Heck yeah. Also, as a note, that scrubbing a bathtub always it's like the worst feeling activity to me because my impression is that the bathtub should be clean from all the washing it does.
Yeah.
You would be, except you don't dye your hair fun colors, Kevin. My
That's
bathtub
true.
has a tinge to it. And I rent.
I haven't dyed my hair in months, even though it feels like it was very recently, but how often are you dyeing your hair that your bathtub is tinged?
Well, first off, blue is a very adhesive color.
Well, I did dye it blue last time, but it was dark blue, but the runoff was purple.
Yeah, so that one also is like when you get like the manic panic type pigments, that's 100 that's so much more pigment than the brand you got.
That's true. I'm not getting a semi-perm. I'm getting a perm attempt, as far as blue can go.
So I don't. But for a while, I was touching up my hair every other week.
That'll do it. That'll tinge it.
That'll tinge. That'll
That'll
tinge.
tinge.
So it feels like the most fruitless battle because I will scrub the tub and it'll no longer be tinged, and then I will shower that day probably, and it will be retinged.
Hmm.
James's character is a dragonborn called Baha the Blast, and that's the
That's
best.
so good.
Also, Baha the Blast would also have a tinged bathtub, I think.
Very different.
And a
reasons.
tinged toilet.
Oh, it's true. Um,
I love that.
my character that we play in the campaign Kevin DMs is Potato Tot. I am a halfling rogue, and I am small, even for a halfling.
Potato's just a little tot.
Just a little
Yeah.
tot. But we have fun. We have fun there.
Yeah, it's a
Glad
good
you
time.
have.
I have a cat on my lap. I've got tea in a mug. Got good friends on a stream. What a good Friday.
Yay. What else do we got? Or should we stop vamping and start playing?
We're 6 minutes in. We could start playing.
Start playing so that Jams can go play Baja the Blast in an hour.
Sounds Gucci. All right.
D&D is hard to learn, so just learning takes the long time. So you're doing great.
And
Yeah, that's
you're
true.
always learning, basically.
You're always learning D&D.
All right.
You change classes, you got to relearn everything.
But you can also just kind of do things and see if you could or couldn't have done that after it happens.
That depends on your DM.
I guess so.
All right. Well, this is Object to This, normally an Ace Attorney fancast, but right now we are playing Miles Edgeworth Ace Attorney Investigations Prosecutor Path, the second one in the series, but we never got this in the US. This is the Forgotten Turnabout and Part 1. I am driving this ship and also a barbarian on the weekends. Stephanie?
I'm Michelle, Code Red.
And I'm Kevin, a live wire.
Dang, guys, you didn't tell me you're doing sodas.
I didn't think of it while you were doing all your stuff.
I was gonna say Code Red, so I had to remember a different Mountain Dew flavor.
Too bad I go first.
Is there another flavor?
Baja Blast.
Last Code Red, Livewire.
The dark blue one. What was the dark blue one? Was that LimeWire? No, that
no,
was the
Livewire
orange
was
one.
orange.
Yeah, you know the dark blue one that I'm talking about?
Dark blue one was called. It was probably called something like Power Outage or.
Yeah, something like that. There's also Game Fuel. You could always be Game Fuel.
There is Game Fuel. Wasn't there like a Whiteout?
Whiteout was one of them, I think, and it was like a milky, which you don't want in soda colors. I know it works for Calpico, but it doesn't work for anyone else.
Yeah, it's true.
Aaron says Voltage.
Voltage.
It was Pitch Black was the dark one.
No, I think it is Voltage, but there was another one that was Pitch Black.
Oh yeah, Voltage is like more of a direct raspberry blue.
Yeah.
And Pitch Black was the one that was like black. Which is also a color you don't really want your soda to be.
Yeah.
Oh, JM says never actually had a Baja Blast. They don't have them in the UK.
That's okay. You're not missing out on much. Pitch Black was purple.
It was like
was it?
so dark though, you couldn't tell it was purple until you poured it.
When you buy it,
right.
you can't tell it's purple, but when you look at it in MountainDew.com, it's purple.
That is a good point.
Baja Blast is an exclusively Taco Bell flavor of Mountain Dew.
Yes.
It used to not be?
It used to not be, and then it used to yes be, and then I think it's not again.
But it is like if you say Baja Blast, people think you are referring in context to Taco Bell also.
Y'all have Iron Brew, so which apparently is very good. I've never had an Iron Brew.
I don't know what that is.
It's a UK soda that's big in Ireland, I think.
All right. Well, what happened last time? We looked at a bunch of stolen stuff. We played logic chess with Lotta. Francie got really pissed at us.
We came down from the ceiling and we were like, hey, the murder scene's up there. And everyone was like, wait. You gotta prove it in testimony.
Yeah.
Iron Brew's only in Scotland. Okay, my bad. It's not Irish, Scottish. But supposedly very good.
But it came from the ceiling and no one believed us.
Yeah, we said the blood dripped down from the ceiling and we proved it, and then we didn't prove it, and then Courtney came and Kay confessed again and got arrested this time.
Yeah.
Right. Blaze showed up and said, whatever, arrest the kid. And they're like, this isn't legal. And he's like,
I am.
Do I look like I care?
All right. Chapter start. Oh, now we're in jail.
Oh, right.
I forgot the most important part. Before we started,
eat free, live free in prison.
Before we started, I was like, "Oh, we're gonna go visit our friend Kay in jail." No. I am the friend in jail. It is I.
Kay's also in jail.
Yeah, April 6th detention center holding cell.
This is the second time I've been in this cell. It is the same cell.
It's the same cell. Go through the cake tunnel, my boy.
All of my evidence has been taken from me.
Go through the cake tunnel, my boy, is an episode title.
We don't title these.
I know we don't, but damn, that would be the title.
The only thing I have left is Kay's Yatagarasu's badge. I'm worried about Kay. Is she alright?
Probably not.
Flashback to Kay not being alright.
The culprit is me. I remember looking down at the person in the red raincoat. Mr. Edgeworth, it was me! The culprit was me all along.
Dot.
You have a visitor. Please hurry out.
A visitor? Who could it be?
Someone by the name of Dick Gumshoe? Will you turn him down?
No. It will be hard to face him, though. We're on this side of the glass.
How does this scrub not know who Gumshoe is?
I assume because he's a prison guard and not a cop.
Yeah, I guess.
I was thinking the same thing, but then I was like, prison guard.
Alright, well here we are.
I'm sure that, like, not everybody knows everybody.
Wait there.
You're right, but it's rude.
It is rude. Edgeworth has been on this side of the glass quite a bit, I think, actually.
Yeah, actually, now you say that.
Oh, you're right. Never mind. Anyway, he's not going to stay and keep watch.
Pardon me?
Oh, it's just me.
It's you.
Courtney.
Hush. Please, have a seat.
Why are you here? I was told the detective had come.
If I didn't instruct them to tell you that, you wouldn't be sitting here right now.
Yeah, I can't think of anything she'd need from me at this point. I should try to figure out what she wants.
Can you imagine Judge Courtney going up to all these cops and being like, oh, you're visiting Miles Edgeworth. Okay, what's your name? And she's like, Dick Gumshoe.
Your visitation rights have been restricted to begin with.
As if I'm some monstrous criminal. I suppose my credibility has hit rock bottom.
But, of course, your friends have fared little better, though. That lawyer and that girl were both quite worked up.
Mr. Shields and Emma.
When I last saw them, they were giving one of the guards quite an earful.
What? You don't mean...
Be grateful. The goddess of law has been quite busy. They were spared punishment.
It certainly seems like you have plenty of time for small talk.
Oh yes. Prosecutor Von Karma is present in continuing the investigation. You were worried about them, right?
I guess she saw right through me. let's cut to the chase. Exactly what are you planning?
I am not planning anything. There is merely a question I wish to ask.
You're asking me?
Yes, of course. Who else is here? Objectively speaking, you are a clever individual, and you have a sharp mind. As a prosecutor, you are highly talented and capable.
Being ironic. Your sarcasm falls short.
I am being completely sincere, and that's why I cannot understand. Take this case, for example. You're up against a PIC. There is no chance for you to come out on top. Even a child could understand. And yet, you.
Perhaps my younger self would not have done something so reckless. The me from before had power. That's why I thought justice was on my side. Just like you right now. However, because of a certain man,
Him. Damn. James says, I remember thinking Phoenix is gonna visit him in prison. Phoenix is always here. The ghost of Phoenix is right behind him, like how Mia is.
Unlike his dad. It's always
Yeah.
Phoenix.
It's always Phoenix.
However,
Him.
because of him, my self-centered sense of justice was broken down. Ever since then, I began to see people in a different light. I'm able to serve as a prosecutor only because of the support of the people around me. People like Detective Gumshoe, and all the other investigators, and Kay as well. Honestly, even I'm surprised at how much I have changed.
I see. Is that how it is? I've come to understand you a little more.
Understand me? Not likely. Someone like you, who forces her own sense of justice onto others, could never understand.
I wonder about that. Is that what you think?
Huh?
If I could say one thing, it would be that this conversation has been very interesting. That is all. ... Our conversation is coming to an end. However, I have one last thing to tell you. The date of your hearing has been set. I came here today to inform you. Today, in the PIC meeting room, may you humbly accept your fate.
If that's all you wanted to say, couldn't you have just sent a messenger?
The holy words of the goddess of law simply cannot be entrusted to others. With that, Mr. Edgeworth, I bid you farewell. I shall be seeing you again later. Adieu. Later, nerd.
She didn't want to sit in that folding chair, huh?
It's probably uncomfortable. Alright,
Probably.
back in the holding cell.
Later.
Later, nerd.
Well,
He saluted. That was nice.
That was nice.
The ball and chain is hooked up to that desk for some reason. That
Yes.
seems like a dangerous thing to give a criminal.
That's what I was trying to examine. Anyway, K-Cole.
yeah. It's a simple bed. I don't expect it to be very comfortable to sleep on. If it were Detective Gumshoe, he would probably snore loudly while sleeping like a log.
That's a weird thing to think about, Edgeworth.
I may never get a chance to work with him again. However, this is the path I chose. I won't regret it.
He forgot about the cake hole.
I fucking
I mean, it happened yesterday, so...
Edgeworth can't remember jack shit, so...
There are thick bars placed securely on the window. That reminds me, I watched a movie that had iron bars just like these. It was about a plan to escape a prison by filing down the iron bars. Of course, I wouldn't do such a thing. I don't even have a file. No, even if I had one, I still wouldn't do it.
Because I have a cake hole to escape with.
Yeah.
There's a poster on the wall next to the toilet. We are currently out of toilet paper.
Oh no.
Please be prepared if you wish to use the toilet. What does it mean by be prepared?
That's unethical.
Yeah, I don't.
Where's my support animal?
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, I guess.
What
He
would
gets that later when he's convicted.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Also, the warden was arrested, so
Right.
I
Maybe
don't
we
know if
don't
that
do that
program.
anymore.
They're like, wow, now that she's fired, we can stop this.
Now we can return these animals to, like, proper temperature-controlled climates.
Yeah.
And we can stop letting the assassin have his murder talk.
Right.
No, they probably let that one continue.
Yeah, it's
Who's gonna
probably
take
true.
away his murder
Yeah,
dog?
who's gonna do that?
Good point. Good point. I mean, he's in this prison, so
All right,
Anyway,
let's see what the free food is in prison.
there's a dining menu sitting on the desk. It seems I can get food delivered if I pay for it.
It's not free.
Let's see. Moldy white bread lunch set. Switch to moldy whole wheat bread for an extra $1. Oatmeal and grits set meal. For a limited time, get extra gruel at no additional cost. Thank goodness I'm not hungry right now.
How dare it not be free?
The bread is moldy, but unlimited oatmeal and grits, which is like not bad.
Not
If you they're unadulterated oatmeal and grits, I assume.
That's probably true.
And the gruel
I'll
would just
take-
add, like, a broth to it. So, like, not a bad deal.
So yeah, just
It's yeah.
James, now we can return these animals. Simon Blackwell, no.
I mustn't neglect my personal appearance just because I'm in a holding cell. Prosecutor or not, this is my personal duty. My collar is slightly bent. There. A well-groomed appearance reflects a well-groomed mind. From here on, I'll need to focus myself more than ever.
So I noticed you didn't want to talk about the cake hole here, Edgeworth. Just wanted to talk about the bed.
Maybe examine the gate, like the bars in the front.
I forgot to tell you, this is the part where we have to wait for real 24 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, man.
There's a poster hanging in the hallway. The Dice and Slice game. Roll the dice and decide your daily menu. Dice and Slice game has been cancelled due to the warden's arrest. We sincerely apologize to everyone who was looking forward to it. There's no need to apologize for canceling such a silly game. Another visitor. Okay.
Ah,
It seems you're all right. I'm relieved. For now.
You know, this is the kind of touching.
You look a little down, Kay. Please, cheer up.
Just ignore him.
well, if I can ignore him, but also Edgeworth, she just got arrested and she thinks she's
Yeah,
a
why
murderer.
would she be sad?
Kay, why are you sad, Kay? You didn't do anything wrong, I guarantee it.
Please, just accept it. I am a murderer.
That's not true. Why would you believe in yourself?
What should I believe in? I mean, there's nothing.
There's nothing to believe in. That's not true.
This feels like the lead up to a musical. Like to a musical
does.
number.
Before you lost your memories, you literally jumped into my life. As a result, your words and actions have become engraved in my memories.
Except I totally didn't recognize
Not your
you.
face, though.
That's the mark you left behind. How can you call that nothing? I believe in your innocence. That's why you must believe in yourself as well.
Classic
whoever
Kyle.
you are.
Thank you. But it's no use. Look at all the misfortune I brought upon you. If you can, please forget it all. Your memories of Kay Faraday.
Of who? Kay!
Okay.
No, this takes me back. In my youth, I too was a gallant.
The kind of justice that the PIC seeks.
Justice, huh? I wonder.
This man, what is he planning?
Arson.
Why is he pushing things forward so forcefully? It all seems too unnatural. Is there a hidden agenda? There's no time left. It's all or nothing now.
Well then, I must take my leave.
Hold it!
We're chessing?
Yeah, you shouldn't have walked up to my cell, buddy. You're in the mine chest now. No matter how you look at it, Kay's arrest was unnatural. There must be something behind it.
Hey, I'm a busy man, you know. I'm kind of a big deal, you see. I trust this won't take up much of my time.
In order to make it out of this situation, I must break through his defenses. There are plenty of things I want to ask, but my time is limited. First, I'll ask about why he rushed the arrest. I have no intention of letting him push me around. I will overcome this difficult situation. Why did you rush her arrest? I would like a clear explanation.
Explanation? What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb with me. You clearly did not follow the proper procedures.
Okay. Maybe you should pipe down a little bit. Do you even know the position you're in?
Dot.
Suppose we let the criminal escape like I just did. She ran away from me. What do you think will happen?
What will happen?
I would be made to take responsibility, you see. I do hope you understand.
Skelly, I'm playing logic chess right now. He circles me like a shark. Now he's all up in my biz.
He wants to help.
You call this helping? Do you see this bad man? I'm gonna kick his ass. Alright.
Wait and see.
Yeah, try it. He's been talking when we wait.
Dot.
Just take my advice and stay out of this if you know what's good for you.
I refuse. Kay is innocent.
Have fun with D&D, James. It's okay.
That's
Have
not-
fun.
You know, this is so pitiful. It brings me to tears. Why won't you just give up? Things were finally going well.
Oh no, I think that was the time to push.
So you've finally given up? Awesome, great. Does that mean I can leave?
I was too passive.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he doesn't just leave already because I'm in a jail cell and cannot stop him.
Okay, like, sure.
I think that was it, yeah.
Yeah, I just...
Dude, yelling. Wait and see.
It's this animation, I think, is the wait and see
Yeah.
animation.
I realized that after I had clicked it.
Its ability. Take my advice and stay out of this.
No. Yeah, he says things are finally going well, and I think that's the thing to ask.
Yeah.
Things were going well, you say. That's a strange way to put it. It almost sounds as if you personally wanted Kay to be arrested. Far more than necessary. Haven't you lost your impartiality?
You think so? That certainly implies that I had impartiality to begin with. That was my intention, you see. Edgeworth, my boy. You're reading too much into it.
My boy.
You skillfully avoided the issue. However, I still have some serious doubts about Kay's arrest. Next, I shall ask him if the investigation was sufficient. I can't miss even one tiny piece of information. That's the only way to break through this situation. How much time was spent on the investigation?
You know, I wonder about that. I don't really remember, you see?
There's no way that I can accept such a careless answer.
Like I said, I don't remember. My memory's not as sharp as it used to be, you see? Sometimes I even forget my own son's name.
I don't care about your idiot son.
Neither do I!
I want your answer regarding the investigation.
They should have matching shirts.
I don't care about my idiot son.
Yeah.
Yes, he really is an idiot, even though I don't remember raising him like that.
Probably didn't raise him as why.
My stupid son.
There's no end to this. He just keeps on dodging the question. Let's try another line of attack to make him take me seriously. It's hard to say that the investigation was sufficient. The arrest, was it under your authority?
My, do I really look that important?
How many prosecutor badges are you wearing?
The Prosecutorial Investigation Committee Chairman. That's quite a prominent title. Not that I care much for it.
That was rather blunt. I'm so shocked. I could cry.
I'm sorry. Flattery was never my forte.
If you keep talking like that toward me, you'll never get your prosecutor's badge back, you know.
I don't need my badge.
Yeah, probably.
Let me make this clear right now. I do not live for the sake of my badge. Status means nothing to me. Do you understand?
Yeah, hit him in the pride.
Young. So young. Let me teach you something as your senior in life, as your senpai, as you will. What you're saying right now, it's far too naive, you see.
Look in his eyes has changed. He might respond differently to some of my questions now. This is my chance.
Oh boy.
What time did you investigate?
Well, aren't you an impertinent one? Even someone like me is starting to get annoyed.
Coincidence. I feel the same way. Answer me. Was the investigation sufficient?
Young folks always live life in the fast lane. That's why I'd like to bully them. You'll regret this soon enough.
Ah, yes. I love to bully children.
I love to bully impertinent 23-year-old men. I think he's 25.
I mean, you know, even then, they deserve it. It's not like they don't deserve it.
You killed the mayonnaise industry.
Oh, well, too soon, Michelle. Too real. Too real. Wait and see. I'm gonna do it.
How do you bully someone?
Dot.
You sure are quiet.
That might have been wrong.
Are you scared?
Heh, ridiculous. I was just thinking about my next strategy. On how to extract information from a weepy old man.
Wow. You should show some remorse, you know. Don't you get it? I hold your fate in my hands. I don't
I think
care.
waiting. I think waiting.
Oh, okay, wait. Yeah, we keep waiting.
Because him burning stuff seems to be.
Another waiting.
Yeah, we'll see.
In any case, even if you obtained some information, there's nothing you can do. Just give up already. You're in prison.
I refuse.
Mind if I ask why?
It's simple. The truth is fading away. That's all there is to it.
I see. I'm starting to understand what kind of person you are. But, you know, it's all useless. It's enough to make me cry. Give it up. That girl's guilty has already been decided, or that girl's guilt has already been decided.
Strange. The way you said that, it almost sounds like it was decided from the very beginning.
God, his abs are creepy. Again, please hide them, thank you. What are you trying to say? Yeah.
Yes. It's clearly unnatural. Everything is progressing as if Kay's guilt was predetermined. Wasn't Kay's arrest planned from the start?
I see. That's an interesting theory. But I don't have time to indulge in your flights of fancy, you know. Why don't we put an end to this silly conversation?
Curses! He's trying to get away! For that, I must find out if the arrest was lawful. Still very faint, but I'm beginning to see the path to the truth. Can't let this opportunity slip by.
This also sounds like a musical number about to start.
It kind of does. I was just laughing at. Oh, I still want to ask you. He's trying to get away when Edgeworth is in a jail cell.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
That was still very funny.
Please wait, there's still something I want to ask you.
I've grown weary of our little tete-a-tete. Please keep it short, okay?
Who was the one who made the decision to arrest her?
Well, I can't say I remember. Growing old is a terrible thing, you see. My memory's not what it used to be, you know?
I don't have enough clues to proceed with this line of questioning. Maybe I should ask a different question.
Not really a
There's only
question.
two. Kay is not the culprit.
My, that's a rather bold claim, you know? Anyone can shout objections at the top of their lungs, you see, Mr. Former Prodigy Prosecutor.
Oh.
Oh, it's no use. I don't have enough information. That chance will come sooner or later. And when it does, I mustn't let it slip by.
It must be inside of that first one.
Yeah, I must have clicked the wrong one.
There's still something I want to ask you.
I'm sad.
I'm tie-tie baby.
I'm tie-tie baby. Maybe, because we asked that one.
Did we?
Oh no, we
Oh,
asked
I
the
see.
other one. You're
Okay.
right.
I was
We
like,
asked the
no,
other one.
did I do it again?
Sorry, no, that was my bad.
If I put together what you've told me up until now, I cannot help but say that there is no basis for Kay's arrest.
Yes, I understand, you see. But, you know, it doesn't really matter either way. You can't overturn her arrest.
How irresponsible. You still claim to be a man of the law.
My, those are some harsh words, you know? You know, you're starting to make me a little angry.
Dot.
You see, to be honest, I really can't answer all of your questions, you know? That's just the position I'm in. You see, I'm a busy man, you know?
Just pretending to be busy.
That's cruel, you know? This old chunk of coal has been working like a dog,
The dog's through it.
pretending. Just what do you think that would accomplish?
You don't want to talk about the case. Isn't that why you're trying to get away from this place?
How sad, yes, how sad indeed. Do you really suspect little old me? That's the same shit that the warden said.
I do suspect you, and I'm confident about it. There was clearly no basis for Kay's arrest.
My, have you forgotten? Wasn't there evidence? The mask, the letter, the corsage, all were found in the girl's possession. Not to mention, she even confessed. Oh, this serves to prove her crime.
That's...
Any objections?
Ooh.
Wait and see.
It's, yeah, wait, because it's the lighter animation.
Yeah, it just wasn't on, so.
Hmm.
You see, you have no response.
It's true. I have no objections. Although, there is one point that bothers me. This man seems awfully familiar with the evidence. Remember everything without missing a beat. That intrigues me. This could be a useful clue.
There it is. Can't claim to have old man amnesia if you remember everything. I'm tie-tie.
Who was it?
I don't remember. I'm old.
Clue time.
Good time, baby.
Don't play dumb with me. Didn't you remember all of the evidence in full detail just now? Stop pretending to be a forgetful old man when things aren't going your way. Now then, who was the one who made the decision to arrest her?
I see. You're a sharp one, aren't you? You know, I wish my son could learn from you. Because he's a real idiot.
I'm not interested in your son. Who made the decision for the arrest?
You're a bad man, you know? Don't You already know. The one who ordered her arrest.
The person right in front of me. I'm certain of it.
Ouch. You made it sound like I committed some kind of injustice. Guess I'll have to clear that up. My honor's at stake here, you see. Very well, I'll continue to play along with you. Until you are satisfied. We'll be here all night, bud.
What is most crucial here is how much this man knows about this case. If I can get him to reveal that.
So, if it's not about a secret beef he has with Brian Faraday, I'm gonna be mad because they had capital opportunity to cash in on another papa in this game.
Well, also, his name is Blaze, and Daddy Faraday, I believe his name was, like, spelled like Burn.
It was, Burn. I said Brian, but it's probably
Yeah,
pronounced
but
Burn.
it looks like kind of like a Brian because it's got a Y in it.
Yeah.
But it's like Burn and Blaze. Are you kidding me? Yeah,
Yeah.
it should be a beef with Daddy Faraday.
Alright, let's see if we can get him to say it, though. Oh, thank you for revealing. Thank you, Merciful Logic Game.
Do or die. If I can overcome this, I'll reach the truth.
Alright.
Seem pretty familiar with the case.
I'm a wise man, you know. I'm familiar with most things, you see.
I don't think it was very wise of you to arrest Kay in this case.
Just burn some shit on me. That lighter's dangerous. I'm a very busy man.
Oh.
I can end this conversation anytime I want, you know? Even though I just said I'd stay until you're satisfied, but don't you forget about that.
This would have already been over if you had simply answered my questions. If you give me a proper answer, I won't take any more of your time. I'll ask you once again, why are you so familiar with this case?
I read the case files, you see? Honestly, it was quite a drag, you know? But it's my job, so what could I do? Because of my position, you see, I can't just get out on it. Well, I had some time to kill, so I read the whole thing, you see.
Even if it's wrong.
That is a dumb but sick bird.
Strange, did you just say you were very busy?
Oh,
Not at 10:30 at night in bed.
right in the busy. Oh no.
Right in the busy.
Aren't your faults slowly coming to light now? If you truly wish to protect your position, I would advise you to rescind the arrest order.
Or I'll tell everyone you're not actually really busy. How embarrassing. You really are desperate, you know. That's a never say die attitude. It touches my heart. But, you know, it's unfortunate that all your hard work was for naught. Because we discovered her unconscious body near the crime scene, you see. And then you just let her wander away.
What was the weather like?
First I've heard of Kay's condition when she was found. She was unconscious in the storeroom.
Yes, RD, go to sleep. Good night.
Sleep.
We'll see
Night.
you later.
Good
Catch it
night.
on YouTube later. It's good. Dot 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 dot. That's right. The source of that information is classified, though.
This man knows things even I don't know. Does he know the whole story behind the case? This could be a useful clue.
About Kay, maybe?
The suspect. Regarding Kay, how much do you know about her?
she's the suspect in this case. That's all I know. You see? Scout's honor.
Perhaps I should use that clue. Something you've said feels out of place. You know about things that the crime scene investigation never revealed. Why is that? How much of the truth do you know?
Ha ha ha, you're making that forceful face again. You know, it kind of makes me want to do the same, like this. Kind of makes me want to burn your face?
Aw, Jams. At the very least, thanks for the view.
Yeah.
Alright. I'll wait and see. It's a lot of fire.
That lighter's dangerous. You really are a persistent one, you know, but I can admire that, you see.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Can't you give it a rest already? At my age, my body's not as strong as it once was, you know. There is no one else who could be the culprit besides her. When she was given that much evidence to show that she committed the crime. She was given evidence?
She was given evidence, you say? That's an odd choice of words. It almost sounds as if she did not possess them under her own will. Like you forged the evidence. That's what it sounds
Did I
like.
just put it in her pockets while she was unconscious after falling off a building? I see. You really do have a fine eye for the details. As expected of a former prodigy prosecutor.
Jams on the one view and on the email that's to come.
Good, we need that Gregory content. You've already found your answer, haven't you? I'm listening, so go ahead and say it. There's no need to hold back.
I finally wrenched open the heavy door to the truth. Now, all that remains is to strike at the final blow.
He's not the culprit.
Kay is not the culprit.
My, that's a rather bold claim, you know. Anyone can shout objections at the top of their lungs, you see, Mr. Former Prodigy Prosecutor.
We shall break through this with that clue.
The clue.
Kay was framed.
But clicking it was the true culprit was someone else. Like, yeah, Edgeworth. Glad we had that clue to tell us that.
This guy also keeps saying former prodigy prosecutor, which I think is supposed to be like a dig at him being a prodigy, but also at this point he has been surpassed in other people getting their prosecutor's license younger than him and Francisca's entire career. Like, it's like he's not a prodigy at all.
No.
He never was.
No. He was
Gavin
just...
is a prodigy and Francisca's a prodigy. Like, he's never been a prodigy.
No. But...
Oh well. It wasn't him. It wasn't gay.
I'm still laughing about Right in the Busy.
I'm glad you thought that was funny.
I thought it was very funny. Alright, Kay was framed.
The true culprit is pitting the blame on her. That is my answer.
Oh, dear. Oh. I see.
Wow, this is embarrassing. Yeah, you would say that. You're all clever and shit. It almost makes me feel bad that your prosecutor's badge was taken away, you know? Yes, it's as you say.
Checkmate.
Phew, we're out of logic tests.
I didn't even get to do the shrug hoo hoo.
Oh, you didn't. We did it,
You
Skelly.
arrested you arrested Kay even when you knew the existence of the true culprit. Don't toy with me. There's no way that such an act would be tolerated.
You sure are green, you know. That's what a prosecutor is supposed to do. It will all work out fine if we make her guilty.
Would desire such a resolution.
If I had to say, maybe the PIC, and also maybe me, you know? Ha 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 ha. Jokes. When I heard your words just now, I could barely hold back my tears, you know? It was just so splendid, you see. And it burns me up inside. I'm not the most perfect piece of work, you know, so I can't forgive such youthfulness. You say the truth is important, but, you know, once you know the real value the truth holds, I wonder if you can still say the same thing.
What are you trying to say?
When you get to where I am, you can just create your own truths anytime you want. Kay Faraday is the culprit. That was a truth that I simply manufactured out of thin air.
Yeah.
Good, very good. That face, that expression. You were such a desperate one. You see, that's why I really wanted to bully you, you know? You see, even if you know the truth, there is simply nothing you can do. And that's the real value of the truth. So shocking that it's to die for, you know?
Why don't you pursue the true culprit? How much of the truth do you know?
Do you understand now? The truth that you believe in is worthless, you see? Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? Powerless, former prosecutor.
You.
Oh, scary, scary. You know, I guess the friends of a heinous criminal are also quite heinous themselves.
Blaze you.
And like this. You see, one more person will disappear before me. Ah, here comes the waterworks. These tears of mine just won't stop, you know. Toodaloo.
Later, nerd.
I'm not a nerd.
You just maybe played chess with you through prison bars.
Oh shit! So RD posted this Twitter video, and it's the Among Us one that was shared in our Discord earlier today.
What, really?
Amazing.
Amazing.
Wonderful.
Very good job, RD. Thank you for the context, Jams. Yeah, I was gonna watch that afterwards, but
Watched it earlier.
we did. Kevin's already liked it.
Everything will be decided in today's deliberation. Kay's innocence. I will definitely prove it. I don't know how Edgeworth is going to do that since he's also a suspect, but
I also thought this was about Edgeworth, not about Kay right now. But I guess here we are. It's also 8:30 a.m., not in the afternoon.
And it's weird that Edgeworth's trial is being held here, because I think he was arrested.
Yeah.
Right. Also, didn't a murder happen in this room? Like
well,
yesterday?
We just cleared that out. It's fine.
Yeah.
But then why is Kay even at this? Because she is arrested for a murder.
She ran away.
No, she's here though.
Yeah, I guess she just showed up. She feels extremely guilty.
Fair enough. And here we go.
I guess we're having a trial.
Before we start this trial business, the whole manifesto we just got from Blaze is such a interesting craft of the Garon approach to Ace Attorney Villainy.
I was just thinking about Garon. I was like, the Garon's whole vibe is I can change the rules underneath you because I'm the queen of the country.
Right.
And his version of that is the truth is what I make it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like a blend of Garon, but it also is that blend of Gant, and it's that not necessarily like personality, but like you know how Gant does the stare and then claps and like laughs bombastically. He takes it as a oh I'm an old man and watch me cry kind of method of sentimental old man vibe.
Yeah.
And so he like diffuses his own tension while still maintaining his gravitas. It's very interesting.
It is interesting. I just can't get over like with Gant because it was such a late stage twist for it to be Gant. You
Yeah.
really felt his power because they built it up.
Mm-hmm.
You'd seen other people report to him and stuff. This dude, we just introduced him, and he's like a retconned PIC position, and he's Sebastian's daddy. So like the amount of power he has is just kind of through them saying he's powerful, as opposed to you seeing him be powerful. You know?
Yeah, which is like in the context of this game, like he definitely was not ramped up because the PIC came out of nowhere for this game, but I don't know. I do feel the power. It's just an interesting juxtaposition to Garon since we played that one first. I wonder if my feelings would
Yeah.
be cheapened about Garon if I had played this game first.
That's an interesting question.
That is interesting.
I would say he's kind of a cross between Garon and Gant, and also Grossberg.
just a sprinkling of lemon.
Just a little bit of lemon on there, and that's the tears.
So there's like a couple things. One of which is that like, if we take this game like in isolation, his build up is more or less fine, I think.
Yeah.
Like even though the PIC itself didn't exist before now, like they've been an entity in this game since the second case.
But Edgeworth has been pretty blasé about the PIC the entire game. Like,
True.
Like they show up and she's like, we're the PIC, and he's like, fuck you. Like
that's true. And I mean, like even just now when he's like, I'm threatening you, Edgeworth, and Edgeworth's like, eat me.
Yeah.
Right. So it's true that like Edgeworth, where his character is, cannot be threatened by Blaze.
Yeah.
Even though Blaze is trying really hard.
I think that would have been like if Edgeworth in the very first time we heard of the PIC showed some like fear or emotion or like oh shit that's top serious biz like a little bit at the beginning. This gravitas probably or like this like yeah bite me, what are you gonna do about it like would be more of a contrast, I feel, and more like Edgeworth just being like
But I do think that makes this a different contrast because I don't know that we are necessarily supposed to think of him as a scary guy the way Gant is. Because there's an extent to which Blaze is kind of a pathetic guy.
Yeah.
True.
Because he isn't as powerful as Gant or Garon, but he is still trying to manipulate whatever he can.
Interesting.
But I'm sure we'll see more soon. Very soon indeed.
He also wears a leather jacket to his job as a prosecutor. So.
Well, there's like, part of the reason I call him kind of pathetic is that it feels like he is weirdly trying to be cool.
I do think the outfit really does that because the only other person who dresses like that is Desi, and she is cool.
Yeah, but she earns it.
Yeah.
And actually, even like self-professed, Blaze is a bully, right?
Yeah.
Which
he's
like,
just like
the best bullies say I'm a bully.
He's just like I'm a mean old asshole. I don't like my son.
Well, he's not alone on that one.
True.
It's okay. DeBest likes himself enough for everybody. There's a spot missing, though. I wonder if it's Courtney. But we'll find out. It's also 8:30 a.m., so it's just been a long 24 hours for Edgeworth.
Yeah.
All right.
10 members are present. The quorum has been met.
From here on out, let the council begin. Today's deliberation shall be about Miles Edgeworth's aptitude and ability as a prosecutor. Let our members discuss this matter with a clear conscience of the goddess of law.
A clear conscience. Don't make me laugh.
Weird religious prosecutor. We gotta talk about that. Put a pin in that.
The goddess of law.
Courtney. Yeah, how the PIC worships the goddess of law, and the rest of the legal system has been completely devoid of this religious overtones.
Very true.
Anyway, Courtney, please give us your report.
Okay, I guess the dead person's got the empty chair.
Oh yeah.
April 5th, Prosecutor Edgeworth carried out an illegal investigation and resisted arrest. He was arrested by 2 of our members who caught him in the act, myself and Blaze DeBest. Prosecutor Edgeworth disrupted the investigation of Attorney Jill Crane's murderer. He claims that the culprit, Kay Faraday, was arrested without sufficient evidence. Even now, his claim remains unchanged.
Tell us more about the murder incident.
April 5th, the victim's body was found here in the PIC building. Regarding the details,
I, Sebastian DeBest, the best prosecutor, will enlighten you.
shh, the prosecutor in charge, Sebastian DeBest, will shut the fuck up, and I will keep talking. We'll explain the rest of the details.
The murder happened on the night of April 4th. The victim was one Jill Crane. On the same night, a black market auction was being held in this very meeting room.
Hey, I hate this picture.
I'm obsessed with this picture.
I hate this right here. Oh, it's.
Oh, boy.
Oh no. Oh my god.
You don't like this
can't.
big badger man?
There's so much. I think that might be. I really hope it's Shelley the Killer in the middle.
Oh, I hope so.
Yes, Miss Crane was taking part in the auction. Yep.
The murder occurred in the middle of the auction, did it not?
When Miss Crane was found, she was dressed like the conductor of the auction. However, based on the fact that the auction continued after the murder occurred, I deduced that Miss Crane could not have been the conductor. We're the one who made that deduction.
Sebastian, please show everyone the basis for the arrest of the culprit.
You got it, Justine. Kay Faraday was unable to bear the weight of a good conscience.
I believe you mean her guilty conscience.
Yeah, it was her guilty conscience that drove her to confess the crime.
Read the script like you're supposed to, you dumbass.
According to her confession on the roof of this building, she met a figure in a red raincoat on the viewing platform.
So Crane was wearing a red raincoat?
Yes, that's correct. The culprit used the conductor's clothes as a red herring to mislead us. At the time of the murder, Miss Crane was wearing a red raincoat.
It was I who discovered the raincoat near this building. He did? I'm sure it was the forensics team who found it.
To be more precise, it was the forensics team, under Sebastian's orders, who discovered it.
Thought as much. According to the blood analysis, the person in the red raincoat and Miss Crane were the same person. The decisive evidence is the culprit's own confession. She testified that she killed her. That's right. The culprit is Kay Faraday. It couldn't have been anyone else but her.
Well then, Edgeworth, if you have any objections, let's hear them.
I have no objections.
I see, I see. It seems all the fight's gone out of you after your little overnight stay.
I lied. I have an objection. I have no objections to your claim that I investigated illegally. I admit to that. However, I object to the claim that Kay's the culprit.
I will testify that Sebastian's investigation was fair and just.
Of course it was, Justine. Don't you know that I'm the fairest of them all?
Edgeworth, my boy, despite how things may seem, I actually kind of like you. If, and this is just an if, you see, if you were to withdraw your objection, you might be sitting on this side of the bench tomorrow. ... I'll ask you one more time, Edgeworth. Do you have any objections?
Take me for a fool.
I advise you watch what you say.
This man is the one who should watch what he's saying. I'm talking about the case, not about a chair. I demand a testimony. By all means, let me hear it. I want to know how the PIC understands this case.
Testimony from us, eh? Fine then. If that's what it takes to make you happy. Courtney, give him the materials from the investigation.
Sir, but that's completely unrelated to what we're doing right now.
It's the end of the line for him. I'll let him go out in a blaze of glory.
If you insist, Mr. Chairman. Received evidence from Judge Courtney.
Why don't we have Courtney give the testimony?
Sir, it makes me feel like you're throwing me under the bus.
I have no objections.
Since we made a sprite for her and we didn't make one for anyone else.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Don't worry, Kay. You just watch from over there.
You know who I noticed is not here? Gumshoe.
Gumshoe, Francie.
That's true.
Maybe they're investigating still.
I mean, that they have a habit of busting in the door right at the end with the crucial evidence, so
Which
That's
I'm
means
just
true.
that they're
pointing out.
upstairs. They're probably upstairs.
I guarantee you the elevator comes down in the middle.
Uncle Ray and Emma are also not here, so we have a lot of candidates for busting in the door.
It's true, we do. Alright, the summary of the case. Something that's been foisted off to me. Miss Crane went to the black market auction as a customer. The red raincoat was one of the items up for auction. We believe that she left her seat after winning the bid for it. The only exit from the storeroom is the hatch that leads to the viewing platform. Miss Crane went out to the viewing platform where she was attacked by Kay Faraday. That is how she met her end, and that includes my summary of the case.
The red raincoat was up for auction? Is that a fact?
It is quite likely. The red raincoat had been a piece of evidence in the assassination attempt on the president of Zangfa, as you should hopefully remember. It was a couple of days ago. Originally, it should have been stored in an appropriate place, but when I asked about it, I learned that it went missing.
And it somehow made its way to the black market auction. Certainly a natural conclusion.
This means it's covered in Shelley the Killer's blood.
Yep.
My, well done, Courtney. Your explanation is as clear as ever.
Merci. I am much obliged. Prosecutor Edgeworth, will you concede defeat now?
Sorry, but I don't plan on it.
I see. I am relieved.
Relieved? What does she mean? Come to think of it, her reason for questioning me yesterday remains a mystery. Just what is she thinking?
Probably that she's been blackmailed into giving testimony she knows is not true. Or something.
Or something.
Or something.
She used to babysit her boss's idiot son all the time, so.
Maybe she's finally coming to terms with that. Alright. Miss Crane went to the black market auction as a customer.
So, you're saying that a member of the PIC was involved in illicit dealings?
Regarding that, I have no response.
He's right, you know. After this hearing is over, we're going to have to clean up our act.
A splendid decision, Mr. Chairman.
No, it's only natural, you see. There's no need to flatter me, you know. But, you know, that has nothing to do with you at all, Edgeworth. Because by then, you won't even be a prosecutor anymore, you see. Well, now that this tearful business has been cleared up.
Yes, sir. I will continue. Red raincoat is an auction item.
So, that raincoat was also up for auction?
Yes. It had belonged to Shelley de Killer.
Based on the circumstances, we must consider that it was an item up for auction, you see.
That's what he wore when he targeted the president of Sangfa. Plus a mannequin that was positioned unnaturally amongst auction goods.
Oh.
That may have been where the red raincoat had been on display. Know how the goods were procured?
We are currently investigating it. But it's none of your concern, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Soon, you will be nothing more than Edgeworth. And then you'll be finished.
It seems the results of this deliberation have already been decided. Enough about me. Please continue your testimony.
Since the raincoat had been up for auction, we believe she left her seat after winning the bid.
And she wore it out. Why would the victim immediately leave her seat?
That had to do with how the auction was conducted. It seems that after the winning bid, the winner was required to pay for the item immediately.
That matches up with Miss Hart's testimony.
We believe that Miss Crane paid her bid for the raincoat, and then immediately tried to leave the auction. The only exit from the storeroom is the hatch that leads to the viewing platform.
The victim was a PIC member. Couldn't she have also just left from the meeting room?
If she had done so during the auction, then its existence would have been revealed to the public.
Since Miss Hart knew about it, it seems the cat is already out of the bag.
The customers were required to enter and exit from the hatch. Miss Crane is simply following protocol. Considering where the murder took place, she must have tried to leave through there. Miss Crane went out to the viewing platform, where she was attacked by Kay Faraday.
Why would Kay do such a thing?
I intend to question her about that later.
Later. That seems to be your favorite time for interrogations.
Damn, spicy. The culprit was aware that the customer was required to exit from the hatch. It would have been easy to lie and wait for an ambush. Miss Crane was attacked when she was leaving the hatch. Because how she met her end, that concludes the cycle.
Met her end? What do you mean by that?
She passed away. Or to be more precise, she was murdered.
The candelabra was one of the items in the auction. Therefore, Kay should not have been able to get her hands on it.
If she was able to lie in wait for the attack, then she must have known about the storeroom. If she sneaked into the storeroom during the auction, she could have obtained it.
Now, if we only had some way to know for sure where the candelabra was during the entire auction, you know? How about it?
There is no such evidence.
My apologies. We hope to find that evidence soon.
Edgeworth, it's too bad, you know? It seems you won't be able to use this line of attack.
The victim encountered the culprit on top of the roof, and the crime occurred there. According to her reasoning, the murder took place at the viewing platform. But was that really the case? Some piece of evidence must tell the whole story behind it. I should try looking again.
Okay, so
Let's look at our evidence
yeah, let's look at what
in
we
case
got.
we have anything we don't remember.
Alright, so we've got the victim's fingerprints and blood were found on the hood. Found the pool of blood. Was left behind the storeroom. The killer hit the victim in the box. Oh, probably that part. The blood stain was found on the lift.
Well, I also, if the victim's blood was found on the hood of the raincoat and she was stabbed in the right breast pocket, as we all remember, or the left, whatever one, she wasn't attacked in the head, she was stabbed in the chest.
Yeah, but there's also like a blood stain in a box that's not
Yeah.
being accounted for in this testimony.
Right.
But what else do we have?
Oh, I guess she does have blood on her head, though.
Let's see what Gladys letter said. 11 people didn't advance for a mass. The auction continued after the murder. Yes.
Head wound was post-mortem.
Ah, okay. And just the chest wound.
I don't know if that's where we can, if we can use that now, but that's gonna be something later.
Yeah, that's gonna be
That
something
will be something.
later.
I think, what are the statements we got again?
Let's see. Sorry, I just wanted to read the rest.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. Okay, so black market as customer. Raincoat was up for auction. We think she won it and then left her seat. Exit the storeroom from the hatch. She went out to the viewing platform where she was attacked by Claire Faraday. And that was how she met her end.
I feel like statement 5 is the one that's like the lie.
Which one was 5? This one?
Yeah, that one.
Okay. That seems like the lie. Or the incorrect statement.
Right, because Kay didn't attack her, so
Right.
We all, I mean, to prove this though, I don't know what we have it except for like in the picture of the person wearing the raincoat, they have blood on their hands, and then they walk up the ladder, and there's blood
That's
on the
something.
ladder.
yeah, that might be it.
But I don't know which of those.
They're
The
probably
bloody ladder or the...
photo.
Well, I guess we don't have a picture of the bloody ladder, do we?
No, I don't think so. Is this like a photo?
Oh, right, because Lotta witnessed an attack.
Well, witnessed.
Audio witness.
Yeah, audio witness. After the conductor
She
and
did
another
audio
entered
witness.
the storeroom, one of them started screaming inside. So it's probably this one because it has that piece of thing.
Save first,
Oh,
because
you're
we
right.
did a long logic test, but yeah, I think that's a good shot.
Good call, good call. Save, save, save.
Safety save, safety save.
Safety, save, save, save. Okay. probably this one though.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think try the picture to this one.
Oops, wrong one. Nice.
You did it.
Judge Courtney, I've found it to be strange for a while now. Why is Miss Hart here with us?
She is an eyewitness to this case. Isn't it only natural for her to be in attendance? Aw, shucks. I reckon I'm more of an ear witness than an eyewitness.
Ha,
Wow.
Ha, ha, ha. It seems that gaining the trust of others isn't your strong point, Judge Courtney.
Perhaps I simply do not wish to be as tactless as you.
It appears you failed to get the witness to tell you the most vital information. Please look at this photo. This was taken by Miss Hart.
This photo seems to have been taken in the storeroom. And what of it?
According to your reasoning, the incident took place on the viewing platform. However, Miss Hart encountered the incident in the storeroom. That's right, it had taken place just before this photo was taken. Wait, if that's true, then Justine's reasoning... Exactly. It does not hold up. What? Hart, allow me to ask you again. You saw the person in the photo with your own eyes, correct?
I sure did. I seen him play his day with my own two eyes.
And what did you think at that time?
I figured I was about to get me a big scoop, you know?
I guess that makes sense. Ahem. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. What did you think of that person?
Huh? Well, I reckon she'd help me bring home the bacon.
Are you mocking me?
Ah, shucks, don't make that scary old face. It was just a harmless little joke. The person in the red raincoat? I reckon they were the culprit.
I hope you understand now. The crime occurred in the...
Prosecutor Edgeworth, I cannot understand your argument if you do not say it out loud.
It's about to.
If you simply asked, I would have been more than willing to explain.
Plain what?
The sound Miss Hart heard may not necessarily have been related to the case.
That is impossible. Enough of your excuses.
Was the voice that Miss Hart heard really that of Miss Crane? Sure, she said the conversation must have something to do with the case. What did her voice sound like? Her voice? Well, it beats me. How was I supposed to know? They were both using voice changers. Yes, the voices Miss Hart heard had been altered by a device. We must therefore question whether or not they had any bearing on this case.
Huh.
You need not object just because you wish to sigh.
Judge Courtney, it seems I've greatly overestimated you.
No. Courtney is quite amazing, you see.
Claim that the sounds Miss Hart heard have no bearing on this case. Even if they do not, it doesn't change the fact that the crime took place in the storeroom. At the very least, the crime must have occurred before the victim went up to the rooftop. The reason being... This evidence proves the crime occurred before the victim went up to the viewing platform.
Is it the blood on the hand?
Bloody hands.
Probably true.
Got them bloody hands. At first I thought the person in the red raincoat was the culprit.
Well, Miss Hart's testimony certainly made it sound that way.
Precisely. It was because she saw that person's hand was
Hi,
covered
Mom,
in
Bob.
blood.
You walked in on Classic Ace Attorney.
I don't think Lana's testimony's backfired on us quite yet.
quite yet, but...
But yeah.
Anyone who heard her testimony would have arrived at the same conclusion. The person in the red raincoat was the culprit, and the blood on their hand was the victim's. However, if the person in the red raincoat was the victim, then the situation changes completely. Since blood can be seen in this photo, it must have been taken after the crime occurred. It seems we've been under the wrong impression in regards to the victim's condition. This photo shows the true condition of the victim. The victim...
I guess what we feel like we're going for is still alive after the attack.
That seems likely.
I'm just stunned by how fitted this raincoat is.
Yeah.
The victim was definitely attacked in the storeroom. Immediately afterward, the victim was seen with blood on her hand. Also, it occurs to me that's why she bought it, because it's perfect
Because it
size.
fits so well, yeah.
How could you resist?
She's got the same dimensions as Shelley the Killer.
Yeah, and it was once owned by Shelley the Killer. Sold. I have to
Right.
get into the secret illegal auction to get that raincoat.
Anyway, immediately afterward, the victim was seen with blood on her hand. That must mean the victim was still alive even after she was attacked. The blood on her hand must have come from her own wound. No way! Are you saying that she died from a hand injury?
Oh, my boy.
No, that is not the case. I suspect she just held her hand against the wound. It can't be seen in the photo, but at this moment, she must have already suffered a fatal wound.
Oh, if that's true, then it changes a lot of things, you know?
It seems you understand. This refutes the allegations against Kay. Kay encountered the victim after this picture was taken. I believe at that point in time, the victim was already on the verge of death. It's likely Kay just happened to be present when the victim reached the end of her strength.
That is quite the coincidence.
Indeed, I can only say that she was at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, it seems you have forgotten a crucial fact.
Ah, you mean that, right? He must be pretending that, or that he hasn't noticed it, you see.
What did you say? Are you implying that I forgot something? Me, Edgeworth? Forget?
Courtney, I think it's about time you gave him his last rites.
Hey, Pops, Justine's with me, you know. Don't order her around like that.
You know, even though you're my son, you're so embarrassing.
I'm not embarrassing. I'm sorry, but you're both rather embarrassing.
Yeah.
Justine, give Mr. Edgeworth his,
Very well. I shall give him his last rites. Phoenix shows up.
his last rites.
And Trucy. Phoenix and Trucy show up.
And Trucy.
Sorry, you're right. It was plural. Edgeworth's contradiction. A little ditty by me. When the body was found, there were 3 wounds in Miss Crane's chest. They were probably from a candelabra, but that's not what we're calling
But
it.
how could she climb up a ladder with the candelabra sticking out of her chest?
I'm sure you're well aware what kind of wounds these were, right? Yes, they were bare hands. I mean, she was stabbed with a 3-pronged candelabra. Is there any person who could survive such an injury? Please take a close look at the autopsy report. Can you still say the same thing after reading it?
Well done, Justine. With this, Mr. Edgeworth I will offer a rebuttal, of course. What? Why would you do that? Didn't you just hear what Justine said? Of course I did. I still plan to object to it. It's not fair! You're always opposing me at every turn.
Be less wrong.
It's never my intention to oppose you. Huh? Really? Simply not worth my time.
Damn.
I see. So that's how it is. Yep. After all, I'm...
That's enough, you know. You're embarrassing your father, you see.
Huh? What do you... Pops?
Shut up.
Alright, there was 3 wounds.
Let's look at that. There are autopsies, too.
Oh yeah, we'll do that in a second.
3 wounds? That sounds rather painful.
Indeed. We must...
It must hurt to be killed.
People die when they are dead. Or is it...
Humans are just humans.
Humans are just humans.
Okay. Do not listen to what she says. Judge Courtney, please continue your reasoning.
Very well. She had 3 wounds. Alright, let's look at that there autopsy report real quick. Nope, that's a key card. Just want to see autopsy. Saladas.
Did they give us the autopsy report?
It's a letter. Oh, it's the body. I have to go check the body.
Oh, right.
Of course.
Alright. The coroner cause of death, stab wound to the left chest, head wound was post-mortem. Okay, the victim was discovered in the meeting room. Estimated time between late last night and midnight. Cause of death was a stab wound to the left, head wound post-mortem. Burn marks on the victim's hand.
Burn marks.
Oh, maybe that's what this is.
Oh, yeah, it's the other hand, though. An autopsy report says nothing about died immediately after stabbage.
Well, let's keep pressing.
Yeah, keep pressing.
Why don't you ask Sebastian instead?
Of course, Sebastian knows all about it.
Huh? Me? Yeah, I know everything. He's obviously lying.
Sebastian, maybe you should sneak a peek at the autopsy report, you know?
Let's see here. The fatal wound was caused by the candelabra. Oh, so that's how it was.
The cause of the wound was just as Sebastian said. Yes, she was stabbed in the front, Party in the back.
So the cause of death was a stab wound to the heart. Is that correct?
Isn't that what I said? Pierced right into her heart. Since this was Dr. Young's medical opinion, it must be the truth.
Coroner's medical opinion follows my own opinion. Therefore, it's perfect. I certainly cannot ignore the autopsy reports. However,
They can always
hey,
be updated.
don't ignore my opinion. What were you gonna say?
Oh no, they can always be updated. You know anything about an autopsy report is that it can be updated.
However, if the cause of death was a stab wound to the victim's chest, contradicts that piece of evidence. Oh, he's totally ignoring me. Justine, say something.
Yes, I will not allow you to ignore my reason.
Poor Sebastian. He's getting very kick the shit out of this case.
Yeah. Is there any person who could survive such an event?
At the very least, we cannot be certain that she died instantly.
There we go. Even if she still had a little bit of life left, I doubt she would have held on for long. Maybe she survived after being stabbed in the chest?
In some cases, maybe they can. Although, maybe they can't.
Huh. So, in the end, which one is it? No such human exists. If you think they do, then first, please take a close look at the autopsy report. Can you still say the same thing after reading it?
To the autopsy report, the stab wounds to the left chest caused the fatality.
Correct. The autopsy report itself is the foundation for my reasoning.
In other words, you'd have to shatter that foundation, right?
I don't find that amusing at all. I look forward to seeing you try. Nevertheless, please take a close look at the autopsy report before you make a rebuttal. Show me that your reasoning is not just mere conjecture.
Very well.
Mr. Edgeworth?
You'll be fine, Kay. There's nothing for you to worry about. Evidence that the victim was alive after the incident. If I can just find that, Kay will be...
The body was found. There were 3 wounds. Oh, we're back around. 3 in the chest. Stab.
So
The
we
third...
have to find something that proves that she lived after the stabbage, right?
Yeah. It was that third statement, I think, that he said, like, oh, I better find evidence to present.
Ooh,
This one?
That one?
The one before that.
Before this.
She was stabbed in the heart. That one is true,
Is it true?
unless she was
Okay.
not stabbed in the heart.
Or if she was stabbed with that, the candle stick.
The glaring contradiction that I have, but what is probably not it, but we're not talking about it, is that she wasn't wearing the conductor's clothes. And then she was wearing the conductor's clothes, and her stab wounds
Right.
are clearly in the conductor's clothes, and not in the raincoat is not a stabbed.
That's true. If she were stabbed with the candelabra while wearing the raincoat, there'd be holes in it.
Yeah. But I don't know if that is what we're talking about right now.
It might be. Because after all, if that's like their point, that she, right after that picture, got stabbed in the chest.
This is just about Pierre. Quiet.
Goddamn
nothing
Pierre
there.
Hoquet. He plagues us.
He plagues me so.
And he plagued my father before.
I don't think we've got any new information out of that.
I just didn't remember at all what the information was.
The autopsy report again, because knowing this game, it's gonna have us just present the autopsy report and be like, which part of it's a contradiction?
Have we been saying the correct side of the chest this whole time?
So it's left chest, and then Courtney says stabbed in the heart. So one very technical Ace Attorney semantic contradiction would be this says left chest, not heart. although the heart is on the left side, it is kind of off to the side. It's not like just past the sternum. It's like kind of further over and lower than the heart would be. Although I don't know anatomy very well, so maybe it is exactly where the heart would be.
I wasn't sure if she said like, oh, she was stabbed on the right side, and we were going back to that contradiction or something.
We did that, yeah, we did do that last time though. With the left breast pocket and everything.
I do think that the raincoat is pretty strong since it doesn't have the stab wounds.
Yeah.
And so, like, how'd she get stabbed?
But
Maybe
Wow,
that
we're-
raincoat for a second.
yeah,
but-
that just doesn't feel right with that statement right here that we think is the problem one. Is why I'm hesitant.
True.
I think. Found by the victim. Victim's fingerprints were found on the hood. Sorry, is that the last part? Okay, that's the last sentence. The chest. I can't, like, there's no fault with this segment.
Maddie's here.
Oh, hi, Maddie.
Hi, Maddie. Welcome to us being stuck on testimony.
Yeah. You're stabbed in the front. We're all sure it's by the candlestick.
Let's try give it a save, and then let's try to present the autopsy report to this statement where she says she was stabbed in the heart, and then we could just do left side versus heart, you know.
Yeah. Unless you think
I don't know.
the raincoat thing is a better shot.
I don't know, we could try all of them. There's always the try all
Or
of them.
is it this statement, look at the autopsy report and then object with the autopsy report?
See, I'm worried that that's what it is, because that's classic ass Ace Attorney to make you go through.
This is what we're about to do.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, let's just try it.
Yeah, let's just try it.
Okay, it's not this one.
Okay. Damn.
Judge Courtney, don't you have a problem with that statement just now?
Nah, dog. I don't.
Exactly. Because there's not a problem.
Cool. Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Okay.
Just try the autopsy to the one where she says, look at the autopsy. Let's see if...
You want to try? Are you afraid that that's it?
I'm so afraid that that's it. Take a look at that autopsy report. Why don't you look at the autopsy report?
Okay, thank God. It wasn't that
Oh.
one.
Oh, it makes me feel so much better.
And why not? Why not, Judge Courtney?
Because you're a fucking liar. Candelabra.
No.
Candelabra.
Candleborg.
Candy library.
Cantilever.
Candelabra.
Oh, shit. Cantilever.
You're a Libra, aren't you, darling? Okay, let's... Okay. It was the raincoat.
We did it right the first time.
Chairman DeBest, do you know what this is?
Yeah, that's Shelley the Killer's raincoat.
Mhm.
How about it, Courtney? Very fashionable.
It's Shelley the Killer's raincoat. Miss Crane was wearing it earlier. It's a very fashionable raincoat. Edgeworth, were you listening?
I suppose it just might come to that. Judge Courtney, answer me this. This red raincoat was stained with blood. Do you happen to remember where specifically those bloodstains were located?
Of course I do. They were on the hood. Wait, it can't be.
What does this mean?
Judge Courtney, were there any other bloodstains besides the ones on the hood?
We're detected.
Don't you think it's strange? The victim died from a stab wound to the chest. In that case, there should have been bloodstains on the front of the raincoat. However, the only blood they found was on the hood. This is a huge contradiction.
Yeah, because Shelly the Killer's blood should be on it still.
Yeah?
The wound on the victim's head is no ordinary wound. After all, the victim was sustained. After all, the victim sustained this wound before she was stabbed in the chest.
It does appear that way, doesn't it? The victim first suffered the head wound. If she had already been stabbed in the chest, the raincoat would have been stained with blood. Therefore, it is unthinkable that her chest was stabbed before she suffered the head wound. So the order of the wound should be first the head, followed by the chest. However, does that really change the situation?
This contradiction is born. One that overturns all of our assumptions up until now.
I have bad news for us. It's probably not Shelly the Killer's raincoat. It's probably the action star kid who keeps plaguing us. It's probably his raincoat. Or her raincoat. I don't know who it is, but...
I mean, that kid's really short, though.
it's so fitted.
We'll see.
Or Shelly the Killer has a superpower that whenever he leaves the scene, his blood just comes with him, so he can never be discovered.
Maybe
Or Shelley
whoever's auctioning it dry clean the raincoat first.
Why would you pay for a dry clean Shelly the Killer raincoat?
I would
Maybe-
probably. That's one of the only circumstances I, Stephanie, would own Shelly the Killer's red raincoat.
Yeah, but you're not a weird fuck who goes to crime auctions.
Not yet.
We can always aspire to it, but
Who's gonna invite me? Someone once asked me who my dealer was, and I was like, where does a person find weed?
and it's legal now here.
At the time it wasn't, but still.
We still don't know where to get it, except the weed store on Clark. Anyway, keep going.
Is the change really that great? I look forward to hearing it. Well then, this contradiction. Why don't you show it to me? With evidence.
Piece of evidence shows the contradiction that arises from the order of the wounds.
Is it because the head wound was after death, maybe?
Oh, is it this? Is it the box? With the blood stain?
I don't think it's the box.
I don't think we're at the box
No,
yet.
not the box yet.
We
But
gotta
wasn't it
put things slowly.
the autopsy report that said the head wound was last?
Oh,
Yeah, it says it.
It's probably the fucking autopsy report.
Don't study the autopsy report.
Should I safety save again?
If you can. But we're probably okay.
You probably can't.
If we have to go back, we'll do it perfect, and then we won't have any strikes against us.
Yeah, I can do that after the fact.
Jams has invited you to Weird Crime Auctions.
I'll click the link. It's probably also that bot that was here last stream. That was what that was about.
That was the invite. You missed it.
Missed it, dang it.
Buy followers at the Weird Crime Auction. Do the autopsy report.
Yeah, I don't think it's anything else we have.
Just do it. Just do it.
No regret.
Nah, no
Oh,
regret.
thank God.
I thought
This
it
is
was.
the autopsy. This is the autopsy report written by Dr. Young. According to this, the head wound was post-mortem.
But that's not what the raincoat shows.
Exactly. It's the exact opposite.
Bailiff, hurry and summon Dr. Bonnie Young at once.
Oh boy.
Until we hear what she has to say, we cannot close the curtains on this case. I'm surprised Blaze is letting us.
Yes, ma'am. Understood.
is a busy person. It will take some time for her to arrive.
She's old.
In the meantime, let us try viewing this case from another angle. There's something that's been on my mind. One of the key figures in this case. The conductor. We still don't know who that person is.
I think you mention it. Even after our investigation, we still have no idea who it is.
The conductor has come up time and time again during this hearing. However, at this point in time, their identity remains a mystery. How about it? Do you have any ideas?
I'm still not sure at the moment. However, there is someone I have in mind. A certain individual involved with this case who might know something about it. That blazed the best.
Oh, we're not even gonna be coy.
I demand your testimony. What?
Oh shit.
Don't say such a stupid thing. Why'd you suspect my daddy?
I don't want to hear about your daddy issues. Are you trying to cast suspicion towards the chairman of the PIC? Do you understand what that means?
Status and prestige mean nothing before the truth. That man is trying to pin the crime on Kay. The evidence that was in Kay's possession, the ticket stub, the mask, the corsage. These items did not come into her possession out of her own volition. By some method, that man purposefully planted them on her personage.
It is hard to believe such a sudden accusation, but I'll ask just in case. Why would he do that?
Justin's here?
What?
I'll ask just in case. Justin, get out of here.
Justin, go! She needs you! I thought you meant in chat for a second. I was gonna lose my shit.
Oh no, just in case.
Just our boy.
That's a deep cut for the podcast listeners. Anyway, keep going.
Obviously, to direct suspicion towards Kay, I succeeded in drawing out those words from him earlier.
Mr. Chairman, your response.
Da 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 da.
Are you too shocked to speak?
And what of it?
Huh?
Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said, what of it? You say that you drew out some words from me, but you don't have a shred of proof. You know. No one else heard it but you. It doesn't work like that, you see. Or do you have something else? You know, some kind of basis for your argument?
His confidence. He also showed it at the cell.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, I would like you to explain once more. I trust we have your permission, Mr. Chairman.
But of course, I'm pretty interested in this matter myself, you know? I'd like to know just what part of me seems criminal to Edgeworth. There's no one as honest as I am, you see.
How can he say that with a straight face? Let's start from the top. The fact that the auction was held in this room is a cause for suspicion. This is the PIC meeting room. I imagine it would be difficult for non-members to enter. That's why all the members have key cards, you know? I think we can assume that multiple auctions have been held here before. Therefore, suspecting a member of the PIC would be the best. Yes, because the conductor had to have been a PIC member. Wait, no! What? What was that all about? What do I do, Pops? I just helped the enemy.
Ha ha ha, Sebastian really is an idiot, you know? But, is he Edgeworth? I'm not the only one with access, you know?
There are 11 members in the PIC. Even if we rule out the victim, Miss Crane, there are still 10 potential suspects.
Rabble, rabble, rabble. It's not me.
I couldn't have been the chairman, right?
I don't know who it is, but whoever it is should just come forward.
Yes, yes. Everyone just shut up, you know? Edgeworth, is that all you got? Where's the evidence to suspect me? Oh, so you've fallen silent. So you don't have a special pin on your hobo hat that records everything you see in prison. But you've gone too far, you see. I won't forgive you anymore. It's too late for regrets, you know? I'm a very important man, you see. Former chief prosecutor and chairman of the PIC. It's fine if you're not prepared to face the fire, you know. Because you see, either way, it won't make any difference.
Oh, I don't like that.
Scary eyes.
Yeah, he
Because
cries
I'm
a
gonna
lot.
bully you.
We were kind of cool until we said
we
it's
kind
not
of-
gonna make a difference because I'm gonna bully you.
Because I'm gonna bully you. The thing that also, like, kind of what you said was, like, this guy isn't nearly as cool as, like, other villains that we have. And I'm watching him wave this lighter around, and his name is Blaze. Yeah, definitely, like, he's trying too hard. He's just trying
Like,
so hard.
I see he's like an old snake who's gone through his, like, not just midlife crisis, but like the 3/4 life crisis.
Yeah. Not quite yet, like, he bought the Ferrari, and he needs to retire, but he won't give up the job, because the job is power, but needs to feel young, but it's assert his authority and age, and it's just like waving a lighter and not being able to control the flame on the lighter does, like, kind of show off his lack of control, but also his, like, barely veiled metaphor for himself, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I'll say the
Yeah.
coolest thing he does with the lighter is burn those papers and flicks it very nonchalantly. I feel like that is him trying to be, like, that's the most badass of those fire sprites that we have of him.
That's
And
true.
Cooler than the very tall fire.
Yeah, the very tall fire is supposed to be like, calm down there, buddy. You're losing your cool.
I was just thinking about how you know he's not cool because he's got his goggles on over his hair and he hasn't pulled his hair out from underneath the goggles.
That's true.
That's true. That's a trick you usually learn at about high school.
But only if you have long hair at the time.
It's true.
If you don't, then you'd never learn it.
I don't know if a 3/4 life crisis is gold, but it's probably very real. If the quarter
I just
life...
think, what if I wore my glasses like this, like over my, you know what I mean? What does that say about me as a person? I just go around with it like, it means that I'm somebody who was drawn in anime style at age 12 and you didn't really know what the fuck you were doing.
Well, I also very, like, I mean, when I put my headphones on, it's not, this isn't how they look, my hair looks when I put them on. It's usually,
You
It's
scooch,
like one of these
you scooch all the
things.
hair back and then you rearrange.
and then you gotta do the rearrange, so
You gotta
you don't show
rearrange.
everyone your 7 forehead, your 7 head. You know, it's cultivated. I used to wear headbands as a 90s kid. It's how you do.
Clearly Blaze is not a master of Zoom calls. Is really
No,
Clearly
Blaze doesn't
not.
know what a Zoom is or what Skype is, probably.
yeah.
The grandpapa
Ow.
successor.
Anyway, because I'm gonna bully you, as Jam said, a dissertation by Blaze the Best.
Now, do we want to start the dissertation tonight? We're at hour 2 of the stream.
We are at hour 2. It could be a
True.
go time. We could let everyone enjoy their lives.
I think this is a good time. We'll come back and we'll bully you all next week.
Okay.
If that sounds good.
That does sound good. I'm gonna bully you. We can all have our 3/4 lives crisis off camera and come back next time.
Next.
Oh man, we're all gonna get leather jackets and Ferraris. I'm into
Shit,
it.
I want a leather jacket very badly.
Yeah,
And a jean jacket.
my leather jacket is very pleather and peely.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
god. Well, I could go to my mom's house and get the Matrix jacket that I never wore that she did buy me from the thrift store and is still in her closet because she says it's too cool to get rid of. I'm like, Ma, I never wore this. She's like, I don't care, you're keeping it. And I'm like, you're keeping it because I'm not taking it with me. It's still there.
There was a time when my dad left his leather jacket at my apartment, and so I just had it for like, I don't know, a couple months. And like I had to bring it back to them, and the only way I could like transport it was to wear it, but it was 2 sizes too big for me. So I was just on the train in like a giant jacket that was hanging off my body. I'm like, I don't know what I look like to everybody around me, but it is not cool.
You probably looked about 15 years younger, and they were like, where's that little boy? Where's that little child going? Excuse me, child, are you lost? Do you need a parent? Yes. Oh. Jams, you're too good to us. But thank you. Enjoy
Leaving us
D&D.
comments.
Thank you, everybody who popped in late.
We may have to record the podcast sometime before the next stream. So just in the event that we do that, please send us your emails about the flashback case with Gregory Edgeworth and specifically how you feel about Gregory Edgeworth. It's going to be a Gregory Edgeworth tribute episode. So get them emails in, objecttothispodcast@gmail.com.
I don't got anything else. We're going to record that podcast. We're going to see you all next time. In the meantime, I'm Stephanie.
I'm Michelle.
I'm Kev.
And that was Object to This. So why don't you object to that?
Bye-bye.